Hey y'all, it's Fortune Frankly and welcome to Fortune Frankly Fridays, where we do DIY home decor and sometimes organization videos. You might notice that the background looks completely different. I'm at home in Miami visiting my family, and let's just say I'll be here for an extended period of time. So I'm still figuring a lot of stuff out, a lot of configurations, lighting, so please just bear with me. So in today's video, we're going to be making Anthropologie inspired DIYs. I love the stuff from Anthro, but I don't agree with their business practices or their prices. I got most of the supplies I'll be using in these projects from the Dollar Tree. I did get a couple of things from Walmart, which I'll let you know, and all of them will be linked in the description bar below. Before we get started, you can follow me on Instagram. My handle is @FortuneFrankly, and let's get into the video. So this first DIY is inspired by this vase or vase I saw at Anthropologie. It's very tall. Ours is going to be a little different, but I kind of like the simplicity of this vase and I thought it was something that we could easily make. So for this project, you'll need
a wine bottle. Yes, they do sell wine at the Dollar Tree. 1 bundle of poly rope, a clothesline. I only used one for this project, and some hot glue. Starting with our wine bottle, we're just going to remove the sticker. I peeled off what I could and then used a spoon to kind of peel off the rest. It doesn't need to be perfect. You could use Goo Gone to remove that glue residue, but it doesn't really matter since we're going to be covering it up anyway. Remember to remove the aluminum part at the top as well. Now taking our poly rope, I'm going to start with black at the top. This rope is actually a 3-strand twist. So we're going to untwist that and use 1 strand at a time. So this project is super simple. We're just going to put a little bit of glue down that end of the rope, and wrap the rope around the wine bottle. As you wrap, you want to make sure that you're twisting the rope a little bit so that it stays taut and so that it isn't flat in some areas. Twisting it will give a nice consistent shape. And we're going to work our way down with the black rope until we've covered about 1/3 of the widest part of the bottle. When you get to certain points where the shape of the bottle changes very drastically, you might need to apply more glue. So I totally forgot to take the top off and actually cover the lip there too, but I'm just going to go over with some rope and glue that on. I don't know if you wanted to see inside the bottle. I don't know why I decided to film that, but here's a look. Now taking our clothesline, I got the green one just because, I don't know, green kind of matches better with my decor, but I decided to just use the white string only, so we're going to remove that strand from the 3-strand twist and use the white to continue on until the end of the bottle. Now the color of this white is a little bit lighter than the natural kind of tone of the original Anthropologie one. I don't want to go for exacts here. I just want it to look cute and to be Anthro inspired. So full disclosure there that this is not a dupe. Once I finished wrapping everything around, I just rubbed the bottle to get rid of the glue residue. And I used some Glue Gone to wipe it down, and here's how it came out.
For DIY numeros, we're going to be making some wall decor inspired by this product at Anthro. Again, I really love how simple this is. It's pretty simple to make as well, but we'll just be using different materials. So for this project, you'll need
a 3D wreath form, some wire cutters, which I didn't end up using, some yarn or cotton twine, whatever kind of string you want to use, scissors, and some paint, but this is optional. Starting with our wreath form, we're just going to take it apart and we're going to be only using one of the rings here. So my big idea, my big plan was to use the largest wreath, cut out the parts that stick out with these wire cutters, but I realized my tool was too small for such a big task. So I gave up and I decided to use the next smallest one. So we're going to be wrapping this ring with our cotton twine, and we're just going to apply some glue and start wrapping it around the ring. So things can get really tangled here, which is super annoying and slows things down. So a tip that I learned is just to roll up the excess twine that you're using into a ball and just kind of throw it through the loop. You want to glue down every couple of inches or so just to make sure that things are staying in place, but for the most part you won't need all that much glue. When you get to the little holes that are on the side, you want to loop the twine through that hole just so that we make sure everything is covered and that we don't see any of the gluing. And I looped it through that hole about 3 times. Now that we are finito, I'm going to take some yarn and I'm just going to measure out, see how long I wanted this to be. I, for some reason, did not capture the full length, like I just didn't zoom out of the camera, but I will at the end and you'll see what it's looking like. But I cut 3 sizes of the yarn and I'm just going to loop them through the ring. And to create the loops are super simple. You'll just want to loop it over the ring and pull the legs of the string through that loop. I put the largest strings in the middle and then worked my way out. Now, to give this a little more pizzazz and dimension and interest, I decided to loop some of the cotton twine that we used to wrap around the ring. I wanted to layer that with the loops that we had already created, so I'm doing the same thing and just making sure that the yarn, the original yarn I used, is inside of that loop. This was still looking a little basic to me, so I decided to unravel the yarn. This is kind of wound up in a 2-strand twist, so I just separated the strands and this gave a little more texture and fluff to our wall hanging piece. JK, it's a 4-strand twist. And I wanted more of a V shape, so I'm just going to cut down the string so that it lines up with that pattern that I want. I was talking about twists, man, I need to twist my hair. And the last thing we're gonna do is just add some paint to the bottom. I kind of wanted it to be a little ombre effect and give it a little more color so that it matches my room. So I'm just gonna dab that paint on there, kind of stipple it on in a V-shaped pattern. And this is how it turned out.
So for the last DIY number 3, we're going to be making a different kind of version of this wicker kind of basket. It'll be a completely different shape and a lot smaller, but I wanted to make an accent piece for the bathroom because I noticed what we have now is just not cute. And for this project, you'll need
a container to serve as your base, some raffia, I used 5 packs, and some hot glue. Starting with the raffia, I'm just going to take it out from the pack, unravel it, lay it flat so we can see what we're working with. And I'm going to divide that pack into 2 separate bundles. Now my goal here is to make the bundle even. I want all of the edges kind of lined up, so I'm just fixing them so that they all line up pretty well. Once the top of the bundle is done, I'm just going to take another piece of raffia and wind it around the top and tie a knot. Now I'm just going to tape it down so I can start making my braid. I'm going to separate this into 3 strands and braid as usual. I knew my hair braiding experience would come in handy one day. And I'm just going to braid as far down as I'm able to. Once I get to the bottom, I'm going to do the same thing and wrap a string of raffia around it in a knot. And I'm just going to cut some of those flyaways away. Here's what one rope looks like. I ended up having to make 10 of these to cover the entirety of the basket. Now, I got this raffia from Walmart for $2.24 a pack. They do sell raffia at the Dollar Tree in quite a few colors and tones, but it seems like the packs from Walmart just offer a bigger bundle for a more cost-effective price. So you can definitely use the Dollar Tree ones, but your braids might not be as thick and you might have to end up using more, which would cost you more in the end. Taking our basket, we're going to start gluing the braids down. And we're literally just going to glue the braids around the basket so that all the parts are covered. A tip that I learned here is to hold down your braid once you glue it just for a little bit as the glue starts to dry. Because the braid is heavy, it'll start to lift up if you don't hold it. When I got to the end of the braid, I just kind of glued the excess raffia strands together, and then I glued the next braid down as close as I could to the one that just ended. I continued doing this throughout the entire basket and covered the handles too, because we don't need them. Now you might notice that all the packs of raffia are not built equally. Some of them get kind of thinner towards the ends. I didn't mind the look too much, but if you can, you might want to just cut down your braid so that it doesn't thin out at the ends. And this is how it came out.
Alright, we're done! I hope you liked this video and I hope maybe you want to recreate these projects, I don't know. If you're feeling lucky, you can like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And if you're not feeling lucky, I'm so sorry, but I hope to see you again in the near future. I hope everybody is staying safe out there even as things start to open up. And just a reminder that Black Lives Matter, that is non-negotiable. I do have my syllabus that I talked about in the last video linked below. And as always, thanks for watching.